I've seen a lot of confusion amongst young entrepreneurs just like yourself about how you should go about navigating your relationship with women and also running a business. Because the thing is, if you don't manage this correctly, it's actually going to be a massive, massive detriment to either your business or your relationship with women. So even if you don't just yet have the attention from the women, I do suggest you lock in and pay attention to this video because the snowball begins to roll very quickly. You'd be very surprised how quickly you will notice yourself starting to get the attention of women once you start doing the right things, especially when you're running your own business and starting to make some cash dollar. Because once you start making cash dollar, that is the biggest ROI in terms of expanding your self-image. The way you carry yourself will change dramatically and women will notice. And if you're not prepared, there are many traps that you can fall into which can completely throw you off your bandwagon, okay? First of all, boys, we need to determine if the girl that we're entertaining right now is for the streets or not. This is very important because determining if she is for the streets or not will ultimately change how you behave towards her. That might sound toxic, but it is what it is. You don't treat a wifey tier girl the same way as you would treat a for fun girl, okay? A big indicator of this is body count. Sorry girls, I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off. Maybe I'll piss off some soy boys as well with this one, but the body count is a massive indicator of whether a woman has any standards. If they're letting any old fool hit it, why the fuck would you, as a man of value, want to compete and offer your abundance of resources for something that someone got just for being slightly fun on a night out? Oh, this fucking dude, while in a club, had a vape, and that was enough to impress her to fucking take her home, you know? Us men, we like to see women almost like a prize, a trophy. If the trophy is easy to obtain, then it means way less to us. If I could snap my fingers right now and get a six-pack, it would mean nothing to me because that means everyone else could get a six-pack like that. So if I could bang this chick like that, doesn't mean much to me. And there's also very solid data to indicate that the more dick that she's been through, the harder time she's going to have to actually attach to you, which means that the likelihood of divorce, the likelihood of her running off with your children raises significantly. So this is really serious stuff. I know a lot of people would think that the body count thing is like very like, you know, toxic and toxic masculinity, da, da, da. It's not just that, no. It's very serious. It actually raises the chances of your life being completely fucked up, okay? Another good indicator is how strong is her family unit. You know, you want to meet her family. Does she have a healthy family unit? Is daddy in the picture? Is there like some weird ass, you know, gender dynamic between the mother and father? It's very important because, you know, as you're growing up, you actually mimic what your parents' dynamic is like, right? If they have a very bad dynamic, if they're a broken family unit, it can be a bit of a red flag. What's the masculine and feminine dynamic looking like right now? The masculine dynamic is the provider and the protector. The feminine is soft, it's very nurturing, and it's quite happy to take the submissive role, while the masculine is more than happy to take the leading role. And another thing is just, is it lust? You know, are you just bricked up? Are you painting an idealistic picture of this girl, or is it actually genuine? And this takes some time to wrap your head around. You need to genuinely sit down and think about these things. Now, if you've gone through this process and you have decided that she is for the streets, okay, which can happen. It happens very often, in fact, because sadly, in today's modern society, women have been very much so led down a bad path. And the thing is, as men, we have a lot more leeway to fuck up early on. But for women, they peak a lot earlier than men, right? They peak with their youth, when they're most attractive, when they're most fertile. So if they fuck up early, it's pretty fucked. Men have a bit more leeway to fuck up because typically we grow over time. We actually get more and more attractive to women as we age, up until about 30, 35. But if she is for the streets, it's up to you, okay? In my opinion, it's a fucking waste of energy. You may as well just go home and wank into a sock. At least then you're not contributing to the system which is actively destroying the dating market. You know, a lot of these fucking red pill guys, they'll go on their podcast and complain about how the dating market's all fucked up, but they don't take any responsibility for it, even though it's them engaging with this fucking casual degenerate sex. So in my opinion, it's a complete waste of time. It's certainly not admirable. If you go up to me and say, oh, Sam, I just banged this girl, like I did this to her and this to her, I don't care. It's not admirable. Get a fucking life. What I will say though is it's very difficult, okay? In the moment, you're horny, you've got this fucking girl and she wants to share her most intimate parts of herself with you. You want to share this intimate moment together. It's very difficult to say no to that, okay? But what I will say is a lot of people are actually driven towards engaging in this casual sex because of their ego. It's actually very ego fulfilling, which is why I say, you know, these dudes come up to me like, oh, Sam, I did this and this and this, because they want me to go, oh yeah, whoa, that's so fucking awesome, bro, whoa, yeah, because that's fueling their ego. So a lot of casual sex is actually fueled by ego. What I will say to you is if that is your motive, whether you admit it or not, you probably won't admit it, but saying no to a woman is actually more ego fulfilling, in my humble opinion, than actually taking her home and banging her and, you know, wasting your sexual energy on her. It's maybe less fun, but it's certainly very ego fulfilling because she has never had a dude say no to her. Never. Not once. Do you know how much you will stick out in her brain for all eternity? She'll be thinking about you, bro. Like, what the fuck? Wait, is there something wrong with me? Why hasn't this guy wanted to take me home? That's insane. There must be in my makeup or something. Like, what is it? And she'll just fucking lose her mind. You don't have to bang her. You just say no. And then, you know, you've still got the ego fulfillment of gaining her attraction, but you've just not wasted your time, energy, and contributed to the fucking decay of the sexual market. Good job, guys. Woo! Here's my next point. When I got a girlfriend, a lot of people were very, very quick to say, so Sam, be careful, man. Be careful, bro. Like, you know, it's gonna be a fucking uphill battle. It's gonna be very distracting having a girlfriend. And I appreciate that advice, obviously, because it's coming from a good place. My friends are looking out for me. However, I found that it's actually far less distracting having a girlfriend than it is to not have a girlfriend. And I'll tell you why. All of my single friends here in Thailand, my friend Luke here, who's working right there, okay, he spends so much time banging women and taking them on dates and is on Tinder and is doing cold approaches and dates all the time, bro. And it's actually a fucking big waste of time. And it's not just him, it's all of my single friends. It is just as distracting to not have a girlfriend and be constantly thinking about getting sex than to actually just have a girlfriend and just be locked in. And if you manage your relationship with your girlfriend correctly, I actually find it's less distracting because you don't have to, you've got this entire subplot of your life ticked off. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You're locked in, bro, you know? You've got wifey, you're chilling. You're not chilling, you're always having to be the G. You have to be her rock. You're not just chilling, but you're not worried about trying to impress other women, taking them on dates, scrolling on Tinder, cold approaching, watching fucking 16 videos. What's the best opener for a cold approach? You know, you're not doing that shit. It's ticked off. That's a psyop. That's very common advice I hear, like, oh, so it's distracting. It's not. It's not as distracting as actually being single. Going out to clubs. Girls just want to have fun, guys. So if you're dating women, it's likely that you're also going to be boozing because women love booze. Girls just want to have fun, okay? So ignore that. That's a psyop. Psyop by the government. The government don't want you to believe that having a girlfriend, a based girlfriend, and pumping out children is more productive. It actually is. It's awesome, actually. So, sorry, Luke.
Throwing me under the rug. At least plug my channel.
Yeah, guys, go sub to Luke.
At Really Luke Jeffrey on YouTube.
There you go, guys.
My friend Luke here wastes so much time. It's true. It's fucking true.
It's fucking true.
It's like I'm broke and I'm wondering when my next meal is coming. Please have sex with me, please.
I'll take you on 6 dates. I'll buy you this and this and this. We'll have a drink.
Day and night, and I'll buy you wine, and please have sex with me.
And you're up late as well. You're always up late dating. Always up. So your sleep's fucked. You're waking up tomorrow. Your morning's fucking gone. It's just fucking shit. All right, boys. I'm going to reiterate here. Okay, is she actually wifey? Because I've had good friends of mine, genuinely good friends. They're locked in, they're smart, they're business, they're going to the gym, they've got all their shit set up, but they're dating a wench, an absolute fucking wench. I'll tell you a story now, okay? I was at a dinner. I'm with a few different people, but let's just say it's me, my friend's girl, okay? While I'm sat there, my friend's girl is actively comparing my friend to other men. And she's also like weirdly talking shit, but in a playful way, about my friend to me. And I'm just sat there like, this is super jarring. This is fucking jarring. Holy fuck, this is not a healthy relationship dynamic. Why on earth would you allow your woman to talk shit about you in front of your friends? Like I say, guys, your woman is almost a prize, a trophy, right? So if she's talking shit about you, she's trash, garbage. She's not playing her role. She should make you feel like fucking Superman. That's her role, right? I want this to be very clear, guys. We're not in a fucking rush. We are not in a rush to find wifey. We're fucking not. Because again, we go like this, guys. We go like this. When you're 35, you're the fucking big G, you'll have no problem attracting young, attractive, beautiful women. No problem. Because that's what women find attractive. We're not in a rush, okay? Not in a rush. Just because someone has found wifey at a younger age does not mean you have to too. It's not the same for men and women. So I'm going to read you now some pointers. When you're talking to a woman, I want you to think about these things and think, does she check the boxes? And if she doesn't check all of them, it's not nuclear, but like, it's up to your better judgment, okay? If she's actually wifey or not. Does she hang out with losers? Are her friends a bunch of fucking bums who go out to the clubs drinking? Because guys, the average of 5 rule is very real, especially for women. Women are very easily influenced. You don't want her going out to the club. Where's her dad? Where the fuck's her dad at, guys? Okay, that's important. Does she talk negatively about you in front of others? As I was just saying with that story, that is a trash tier fucking woman. If she's talking shit about you in front of your friends, that is trash, garbage. Does she go to clubs? Guys, if she goes to clubs, I'm sorry, she's engaging in casual sex. The club scene, the party lifestyle is completely and utterly geared towards casual sex. There is no such thing as just going out to have fun without at least being heavily exposed to the casual sex lifestyle, which is garbage, and it completely destroys women. She should not be ever going to clubs. She should have never seen a sticky dance floor in her life. Is she soft and feminine? That's what you want from your woman. You want a very soft, feminine, beautiful, attractive woman. Is she in touch with her emotions? If she is in touch with her emotions, that is telling towards her femininity. Is she based? Women can actually be clued up on world events and how things work, and it's actually quite nice sharing your life with someone like that, because you can actually have intellectual conversations with them rather than just some fucking Barbie doll who is like, you know, really hot and feminine and stuff, but like she's just fucking brain dead, you know? It's not the end of the world if she's not like that based, because ultimately your woman will become a mirror of you. So if you're based, she will by necessity become more based as well. But you know, it's nice to have a little baseline, a baseline for based. Has she been traveling with the girlies to find herself? AKA, has she been getting fucked in hostels in Thailand? That's not what you want. What are her values? Are they aligned enough with yours? I say enough because again, ultimately when you get together and she becomes your girl, she's going to become a reflection of you anyway. But like, if you're just on the complete polar opposite ends, if she is like some psycho feminist, it's not worth the hassle, mate. It's really not. Does she treat you like Superman? Once again, you want your woman to treat you like Superman. You want to carry yourself like a superhero, and she should be feeding into that. How quickly did she let you sleep with her? This is very important. I'll talk about Luke again quickly. Luke was talking to a chick and we were looking at her, you know, profile on Instagram. We were like, oh, she actually seems like a really good girl. This might actually be potential for wifey. That's pretty cool. But then Luke met her and they slept together on the first night. And he told me about it. I was like, that's a shame. That's a real big shame, because if she allowed you to sleep with her that quickly, that's telling as to how quickly she's allowed other men to slide in. That's typically how it goes. It's not very attractive. You know, you want her to actually make you wait a little bit, you know? Does she almost blindly follow and support you? You want a very supportive girl, and you want a girl who trusts you with her safety, with her sort of direction in life as well. Does she compare you to other men? Went over it already. Trash. Do you serve as her portal into the world? So is she experiencing more flavors of life through you, or has she already been there, you know? Because I'll give you the example of like Dubai women. When I was in Dubai, all I could think about whenever I met a woman there was, how are you here? It's way too expensive for you to be here. who's paid, you know, which I find very unattractive. I want to serve as the sort of portal into my lifestyle and all of this awesome shit in life for my girl. I don't want my girl to be like, oh yeah, I've already been to this restaurant. Oh, it's not as good as last time. Because I'm just thinking like, okay, who the fuck brought you here then? Do you see her as the mother of your future children? It's a very important fucking decision. Is it lust? Or is it love? We are not in a rush, guys. Ponder these questions very deeply. So you think you found your wife. Awesome. It's not a bad thing. Like I say, it's not more distracting. It's not gonna throw you off your purpose or anything like that, as long as you navigate it correctly. How to navigate it correctly is number one, keeping abundance. You need to know that no matter what happens, you're gonna be just fine. You need to completely eliminate one-itis. She's a great girl. She's fantastic. But if something doesn't go right, if she changes her behavior, it's fine, bro. There's plenty of other fish in the sea. That's very important for keeping your frame in your relationship. Because if you're not willing to actually lose her, you have zero power in the relationship. Zero. Don't change for her. She fell in love with you for who you are. She fell in love with you because you work hard and you prioritize your work and your purpose over her. If she gets with you and you change that and suddenly she's just your fucking idol and you're spending 8 hours a day in bed with her watching Netflix, she's gonna ultimately become unattracted to you. And understand this, guys, it's actually much braver to open up your heart to love a woman than it is to just close yourself off to it. In order to truly love a woman, you have to put your heart on the line. You have to put your feelings on the line. She could break your heart, but that's what makes the relationship so powerful. If you're not willing to put that at risk, your relationship won't work because you won't value her. And understand this about your wife as well. She can serve as rocket fuel for your purpose. A lot of people, again, they see women as a distraction. I don't think it has to be that way at all. And you should be a bit wary of your friends' advice as well, because ultimately when your friends are advising you on these things, they are reflecting their own personal experiences onto you. And it's the same for her as well, which is why I think the family unit and her friends are so important, because if she has a garbage family unit and she has garbage friends, whenever you guys have any sort of issue, she's going to go to her friends for advice, and their advice is simply just going to be, oh, fuck him off, girlie, come to the club with us. Because the advice that our friends give us are actually more of a reflection of the sort of person that they want us to be, not necessarily the sort of person that you want to be. So if it serves them better that you're out at the club with them being degenerates, they're going to advise you accordingly. So you do have to be wary of your friend's advice. Now, I did mention that your woman can serve as rocket fuel, but the thing is, it can literally go that way or down a road of decay. So your friend's advice, it's not entirely wrong, okay? It can go a negative way, and it's up to you to decide what way it goes. And like anything else that you want in the world, it requires discipline, willpower, and intelligence. You need to be smart. You need to navigate your relationship in a certain way so that it doesn't lead to decay. Here's how to use the rocket fuel. Lean into your role. Aside from making a bunch of money, I don't think anything serves as a better update to your self-image than having a beautiful feminine woman by your side. You want to lean into your role, your masculine role. Take responsibility. Serve as her portal into your world. Give her experiences, give her knowledge. Allow her to grow with you. Take the weight on your shoulders as a strong masculine man. The more responsibility, the better, because diamonds are made under pressure. And again, guys, it's hard to love. It's brave. It's not only that though, it's also a lot of responsibility, especially if you're looking after them financially. You have that added pressure as well. She should serve as your light. Every single day should look like war to you. You wake up, you go straight to war. But once the battle's over, you come home, you've got your little light there waiting for you. She offers you a fucking coffee, you have a nice hug, she's got a big smile on her face. She should serve as your sunshine. She's a fucking ray of light in your fucking war lifestyle, okay? That's her role, and that's her power. Women have an incredible ability to feel emotions on such a deep level. They also have an incredible ability to spiritually heal you. The spiritual powers that women have, I will never understand that. It's fucking incredible. You need to lean into that, because that is the high ROI benefit that you will get from actually having a strong, solid woman by your side. And you should also give her a supportive role. Otherwise, she's gonna get bored. She can help you with certain non-stressful, sides of things, like, some admin stuff. If you need to like book a hotel, allow her to book the hotel. Give her small little tasks to do so that she feels useful, and she'll absolutely love you for this. And how to avoid the decay. Once again, you absolutely need to avoid one-itis. If you have no abundance in your relationship, you have no power, and your relationship will go downhill like this. She'll stop respecting you. It's up to you to garner the respect of your woman and to maintain it. And if she senses that you are, too attached and you're all in, it's not her fault, but she's going to start treating you in a very different way. And distance makes the heart grow fonder. Guys, honestly, you should be spending 8 hours of the day away from your girl, especially if you're living together. You should be up, out of bed, have your shower, baby, I'm going to go to work, goodbye, out of the house, in some cafe, in some co-work, away from her. Because if you're under each other's feet all the time, you're not going to actually appreciate each other's presence as much as you should. And also just taking sums of time away from her. For example, just going off for a month to a different country. That will also help maintain your relationship and to avoid decay. I can't stress this enough. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. Keep a safe distance. Your purpose, your mission, and your work needs to be above all else. That's why she fell in love with you, because you're the strong, masculine provider male. And if you drop this for her sake, she's going to be unattracted to you. Even though she might tell you that she wants you to really lie in bed with her today and watch Netflix, subconsciously that will make her less attracted to you. Quality time over quantity, okay? Once again, spend 8 hours out of the house, and then when you get back, quality present time, no phone, no laptop, give her your full attention, take her out on a date, quality time. And you need to be her rock. Stoic, non-emotional, rational, always in control. Masculine provider male. Diamonds are made under pressure. A day one girl is the best case scenario 100% of the time. If you can find your wife early on in life, before you've even made it, before you've actually became a somebody, because as men, we have to build our importance in the world. If you find that girl while you're still building that importance, that is always the best case scenario, and you'll have the strongest relationship that way 100% of the time. With that said, if you don't find wifey, again, guys, we're not in a rush. It's okay. Take your time, because as we're continuing to build our business, our mindset, our bodies, we're going up in value. We've got plenty of time. Don't worry about it. In order to love a woman, you need to sacrifice for her. You need to sacrifice financially. And in my humble opinion, you also need to sacrifice your innate desire to have sex with other women. There's a trend online right now where a lot of men are saying like, yeah, well, kings of the past, they would have 16 wives and they would fuck as many women as they want. I don't think that's going to lead to a fulfilling relationship. And I don't think it's going to lead to a healthy family unit either. I think in order to truly love a woman, you need to sacrifice your innate desire to have sex with other women. Of course, I want to have sex with every woman that I find attractive, but I know that if I did that, I would value my girlfriend significantly less, which would make our relationship worse. The best case scenario is growing together, because you should have an abundance mindset. You should want your girlfriend to also grow alongside you. I've seen a lot of people, they have this like weird mindset of like, I like this girl, but like, what if I give her too much and she gets too big for her boots and then she leaves me for some other dude? That's not going to breed a healthy relationship dynamic either. You should want to grow with your girlfriend to a certain extent, okay? And always understand she is always a mirror of you. So if there's any relationship problems, it's always something to do with you, your behavior, your mindset, your subconscious desires. It's always your fault. Always. Unless she's psychotic. Unless she listens to fucking Taylor Swift, okay?
Unless that bitch be crazy.
Unless she fucking crazy. Don't dance with the devil, guys. You're gonna have a lot of distractions come in your direction. I'll give you a perfect example of this. You're out with your boys and there's a hot girl and she's dancing and she's giving you eyes, okay? Now, as a man, obviously you're thinking, oh fuck, this is so hot, oh yeah, I want to fuck her, oh, you're thinking that way. But this is God testing you. He's testing if you are worthy of your beautiful, feminine, attractive, breedable girlfriend, okay? God is testing you. This is the devil, okay? The devil is trying to have a little dance with you. And if you begin having a little dance and your mind is so good at coming up with excuses, it's like, yeah, well, it's just a little dance. It's not a big deal. This will lead you towards making mistakes in your relationship, I promise you. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Do not dance with the devil. Don't even begin to Don't. Just be like, that's Satan right there giving me those fuck me eyes. Fuck her. Tonight I will honor my wife. That's what I'll do. Don't dance with the devil. It's never worth it, and you'll feel like shit. It's not good. It's no bueno. Okay, don't do that. And guys, to wrap up, remember why you're doing this. You know, we're building this business, we're building the body, we're doing all this shit, we're fucking putting in so much effort, we're autistically watching 20 trillion improvement videos because we want to be the best version of ourselves. Why? Because we want to raise a beautiful family and we want a beautiful wife. Okay, that's what we want. So why the hell would you shut yourself off from women for that pursuit? But Sam, if you lock in now, you could have got a more attractive woman when you were 35 and you had more money. Yeah, dude, like the grass is always going to be greener. But like, why would you delay your happiness, your fulfillment, and your building of the family unit because you might find a more attractive woman in a few years? That is ridiculous. And I've never met a single man in my entire life who has ever said to me, I wish I didn't have kids. All I've heard is that, you know, I wish I started sooner. I wish to God I started sooner. You know, that's all I've heard. Because it's ultimately what fulfills us most. You don't decide when wifey enters your life. You don't. So just fucking take it as it is. You know, if you've got your girl and you're like, fuck, man, this is the problem I had of like, fuck, I've got a girlfriend and she's wifey tier. But like, I'm so early on in my business, you know, it's not like logistically the most ideal time for me to have a girlfriend. But it is what it is. Reframe. You're a fucking diamond and you're going to be molded under pressure. And, you know, you've got this fucking beautiful feminine woman now as your sidekick, which is fucking awesome. If you just lean into the positives and avoid the negatives, the decay, this is a absolute net positive for your life. Okay, so avoid the noise. Don't worry about it too much. If you found wifey, it's go time. You know, don't delay. Don't be like, oh, but what if she's fucking, what if I get a fucking hotter chick in a few? Who cares? Who cares? All right, boys, I hope that video was helpful. I know it's a very sort of highly contested topic in my space, but I have my unique spin on things. And I understand why there's differing opinions and differing, like, you know, ways to navigate women. I just don't think that way leads to the most fulfilling life and also the most sort of, you know, godly pathway. But that's just my opinion. What the fuck do I know? It's ultimately up to you to decide. When you watch these videos, it's essentially just a fucking toolbox and you decide which tools that you want to use from the fucking toolbox. If you want to use these tools from my toolbox, go right ahead, man. It's proving very good and successful for me. But if that tool doesn't suit your needs, try something else, man. That's why you watch these videos. So keep an open mind and I hope this was helpful.